Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be doing a pick-a-pile reading this evening. So we have 3 piles, pile 1, 2, and 3, and I'll introduce those in just a second here, but I wanted to start off by saying thank you guys for watching, and it's been a minute since I posted a longer video, and I should be coming back and doing longer videos on a more regular basis, hopefully starting now. I hate to sound so non-committal, but I think I'm finally finding a spot where I can get back into the rhythm. A lot of things shifted with my energy in the past probably month and a half, and things even shifted with my work environment, and also in my personal life as well. So, I had to take some time away from doing more full videos, but I'm really excited to get back into it, and I'm so happy that you're here, and I would greatly appreciate it if you did all the YouTube-y things, like, share, and subscribe, and all of that. So what we're going to be doing today is a pick-a-pile, like I said, pick a stone, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be a pretty special reading. It came to me, just as a little cosmic download the other day, and it's basically going to be in the shape of a hand, right? So it's going to be you, your challenge, the pinky promise that you make to yourself, what you're committed to in order to keep this promise, So these are kind of going to be really closely related, but this I see more as like what you want, what you're doing. What is it that you're going to tell to bugger off in order to get it out of the way of where you're going here, right? And what does Spirit want you to see? What are they pointing at? You may or may not have noticed, but this is kind of like the finger, the pointer finger of like, hey, look at this, and it could be an inkling that you've had, or maybe it just hasn't been a full-on aha yet, so it could end up being confirmation, right? And then this is, what's your forward movement here? So I think of this as like hitching a ride, right? So I think that that's going to be pretty fun, and we'll see what comes out for you guys, okay? So I want to start off by blessing the cards and blessing the space and inviting Spirit in with so much grace and so much gratitude, requesting, fruitful messages and, very clear messages for piles 1, 2, and 3, okay, this evening. And so we'll just get started. I'll show you the stones, and then you can intuitively make your selection. If you're drawn to more than one pile, then by all means watch more than one reading. I mean, there's going to be 3 in this video. So here's pile number 1, okay? This is chocolate calcite. Go ahead, and there's a little glare from both of the... So this is a chocolate calcite sphere. It's brown and beautiful. Kind of reminds me of like, just the earth in a way. I mean, it is of the earth, of course, but it's just cool. It's beautiful. It's this beautiful brown color. Pardon the glare, but there's some of those little goodies. Kind of looks like eyes. Okay. Ooh. Okay. That is pile number 1. Pile number 2, this is money agate. That's what it's called. And the money agate sphere. So if you're really kind of thinking about money and what have you, you want to hear about career or finances and wonder if something will come out along those lines in this pile, right? But we'll just see. It's so pretty. Ooh, that kind of looks like a face. See that? Little eyes and a little, little face, little mouth. Anyway, and there's another one. Ooh. Okay, that's money agate right there. And then this is watermelon fluorite. Very heavy. This is one of my favorites. But they're all my favorite, but this is for like intuition, anything that's like purple, and it's for intuition, psychic energy, tapping into the higher knowing, crown chakra, third eye, the whole deal. Okay, and then these little two, those are malachite. So, and this is for grounding. Very earthy. Okay, go ahead and pick your pile, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. And if you have chosen the chocolate calcite, this is your reading. We are going to be doing what I'm calling the open hand reading. And I didn't mention this in the intro, but this is like basically what are you wanting to receive? Because we give with the left hand and we receive with the right. And so with regard to receiving with the right hand, we're going to look at all the different positions. And I explained those in the intro there. But I will call out the cards as I lay them down, okay? Again, inviting in spirit with so much grace and gratitude. Please respectfully request a helpful message for pile number 1. Spirit, thank you. Please and thank you. The 3 of Swords wanted to pop out. Okay. I'll put that a little bit lower because we're going to be doing the palm of the hand and then the fingers and the thumb, okay? So here you are, you're the moon. Perhaps you have some Pisces in your chart. Challenge is justice, okay? It's your pinky promise to yourself, the Knight of Cups. What are you committed to? Chariot, forward movement. What do you need to tell to bugger off? Ooh, aw. The Ace of Cups? All right, well, let's look into that. We'll have to definitely clarify that one. What does Spirit want you to see? Nine of Pentacles. And where are you headed? The thumb. We got the Ten of Swords. Okay. Oh my. All right, bottom of the deck energy. We have the World, okay? So this very well, okay, now listen. This very well could be, I don't know if I want to put that there because then the lamp is going to glare on it all the whole time. Okay, pile number 1. What I am getting from this straight away, really, because, you know, with the World is the underlying energy, that is a cycle coming to a close, okay? A cycle is coming to a close, and I get the sense that you have someone in your energy, someone who, and it doesn't have to be a love relationship like a significant other, romantic. It can be a family member, it can be a colleague, it can be a friend, okay? But it would appear as though there is something that you have been feeling, and you probably have not shared this with the person in particular, that something has been unfair. You have been feeling as though something has been unfair. You may or may not even have acknowledged it fully, even to yourself. Okay? And what this, the spread as a whole, what it is saying is there very well may be an invitation here to wrap up and shift the nature of a particular relationship, whether that is not engaging as much, or maybe just whatever it is that they keep bringing you on an emotional level. Like, you have to think about what is the emotional experience that is continuing to be offered to you, okay? Because this is in the bugger off position, all right? And so straight away when I saw that, I was like, well, why would anyone want to tell the Ace of Cups to bugger off? But that's the thing. It's a continued, you starting again, right? It's a new opportunity. And so this very well could be someone who's coming in again that you knew wasn't right for you, because I feel as though with the Ten of Swords in the thumb position of where you're headed is toward, some overthinking and heartbreak and a painful ending, which says to me that you may have experienced this before. Okay? So let me just go on ahead and get straight into, like I said, with the moon in your current position here, this is you. You could have Pisces strongly in your chart, or perhaps the person you're dealing with is a Pisces, okay? And you have been, in the shadows. Perhaps you have felt as though your person has been holding something from you, or you have been holding something back from this person, okay? Not all is revealed. You could have been having some dreams, getting messages in your dreams lately, but there's something brewing on the subconscious here. But I feel like, perhaps you're like something that's coming to light for you, or perhaps you haven't fully acknowledged just how, whether or not something has been fair in the situation. Whether you have been dealt with in an honest fashion. This is justice. And the sword is truth, and the scales are justice. Truth and justice. Balancing things out. Have things been balanced here? Have you been seeing? Because with the moon and the justice, truth, that tells me that there's been hidden truths. Okay? Hidden truths. Either for you or your person, or both. Okay? Now, with the Knight of Cups, it's like this is your pinky promise to yourself. That tells me that despite, if you find that you're headed in some sort of direction, or that you have had an experience here that you haven't been dealt with honestly, or whatever the case may be, this pinky promise to me says that you are still doing your very best to connect with your own heart. Okay? Connecting with your own heart. And this is the Knight of Cups. So it's really just, it's not the page, it's not small gestures, but it's big, it's more of initiatory. The knights are the movers of the deck. Okay? So the pinky promise to yourself is, despite whatever it is that you have just experienced or currently are experiencing, you're still going to move forward in your life. Okay? You still want to have love in your life. And not only that, you want to show that. And it all doesn't have to be romantic. It's just moving and expressing yourself from the heart space. Okay? And like when I was shuffling, the 3 of Swords wanted to pop out. And it's not here in your reading in this spread right now. But a lot of times when folks have been dealt with in an unfair, or not unfair, but perhaps a dishonest manner here where things were hidden, that can really discourage one from continuing to show up fully with other people, because what this messes with is a sense of trust. Okay? What this messes with is a sense of trust. You could also have strong Libra in your chart, or they could. Knight of Cups here, pinky promise, still staying connected with your heart. What are you committed to? You're committed to moving forward. You're committed to moving forward and to really thinking about, I mean, now is the time, I feel like, where you're just, okay, I'm moving forward, and I may be going a little bit slower than you're just going at your own pace, okay? And this is like, how are you embodying the next phase? I get the sense with this that you're actually coming out of something. You're coming out of a spot where things were kind of got a little bit dark here. You know? Dealing with folks who had been like dishonest, or maybe there was a part of you that felt like you had to hold back a lot with whoever it was that you were with or engaging with, you know? But with the Chariot, what you're committed to is evaluating how it is that you want to move forward, because in the Chariot there's a crest, right? And at the front of the Chariot, and that represents our reputation. What do we want people to see when we move forward? When they see us coming, what kind of impression do we want to make? And I feel like with the Knight of Cups here, you want people to see your heart. You want to show up in an authentic way. This, coupled with this, can be an invitation for you to also, maybe you hadn't been honest with yourself about your level of commitment. Okay? Because sometimes the Knights can be here for a good time, not a long time. I don't particularly like calling them the players of the deck, but that's kind of, that can be a part of it, right? That can be a part of it. So this very well could be, because what you're telling to bugger off here is the Ace of Cups. Like, maybe you don't want a brand new beginning in love here. Maybe you feel like you need to be single for a while. The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is fully independent. They don't want for anything with regard to, their money and finances. It's like they got their stuff on lock. They're doing great. I mean, and to be fair, like, if you were to ever want to get into a partnership, this is who you want to bring to the table, right here. This is a very healthy sense of self, okay? It's a very healthy sense of self. Perhaps, you did want something with someone and it didn't quite work out because it was a little bit too shady and a little bit too, like there was just hidden things, and you're like, well, you know what, I'm still staying true to I'm not going to let this dishonesty or whatever it was, this shady situation where you may not have been being dealt with in an honest manner, jade you from moving forward. Okay? And that could mean that you're taking time to heal yourself with regard to trust, and that in the meantime, it's like you need to focus on yourself. So, any new offers right now, you might not be ready. Okay? This could also be, not accepting a cup from the same person who was, may have had you experience some shadiness, some dishonesty, some secrets. because the challenge is truth. Truth is in the challenge position here. Okay. So with that, where you're going, where you're hitching a ride to is, it's a painful place. You could be experiencing an ending here. This is an ending. It's typically a betrayal. So with the truth being in the challenge position over the moon, this is also speaking to betrayal. So this very well can be like, yes, I was betrayed, and now I'm in this spot where I'm having to heal now, thanks. But it's like, if you're going to be on your way to healing and taking your time and getting back to self, these are very, very strong supportive energies. Very, very strong supportive energies in the wrapping up of whatever cycle this was. Okay. Now, I feel like there was something else I wanted to say about this. Oh yeah, I'll call out the signs here. So with the majors, we have Cancer, Pisces, Libra. And the last air signs, we have Aquarius, we have Capricorn. Aces are any of those signs associated with that element. So water signs are heavy in this reading. And with the Knight. The Court cards and the Aces are all the signs of that element. Okay, so heavy water here. Heavy water. With the World card, I do believe that represents Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and, oh my gosh, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. Shit. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to picture it in my mind, but I can't. So let me see. I want to clarify here. Do a little clarification for you guys. Because, to have, like, kind of a bummer card here in the finish, like, where are you headed? Yeah, you're headed towards, licking your wounds from some sort of betrayal and some sort of painful ending. I don't want to leave you guys with that. But, sometimes that's how it is. That's what comes out in the cards. But with the Nine of Pentacles here and the Chariot and the Knight of Cups, yeah, that's healthy energy. Very healthy energy for you. And even with the World, I think that, if this reading resonates with you, I think the World card is a real, positive spin on, not even a spin, but like an affirmation, I should say. An affirmation to the ending of a cycle. And given that it was a cycle, I'm thinking with that Ace of Cups that you could very well be wary of whoever this was that was dishonest with you. Very well may be coming back to offer you another cup. Like, say if there's some sort of like, trying to win you back, hoovering situation when you were with them, they just weren't honest with you, and that's what's in the bugger off position, is that Ace of Cups. All right. I want to clarify the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, Strength, Nine of Wands, and the Moon. Yeah. So this is, okay, so the Strength is like a taming of the base desires with the higher knowing, okay? So this can be a temptation. We don't have the Devil here, but we do have a guarded energy and the Moon. So Pisces energy showing up again, Leo energy showing up. You could be dealing with a Pisces or a Leo, or you could have Pisces and Leo in your chart strongly. Nine of Wands, that's the late stage fire sign, Sagittarius. So basically, I feel like with the Nine of Wands coupled with the Strength, that's saying to me that, there's something in your intuition that's telling you not to accept any offers right now, or a renewed offer from whoever you were dealing with. If this person comes back, if someone, whoever was dishonest with you, comes back, that it's going to be very hard, and it is hard for you to keep up this barrier. With the 9 here, it does take a lot of strength to do that. However, I feel like your intuition is telling you that if you were to do this again, it's more the same. The Wounded Warrior. So it's taking a lot of strength to reject this offer. That's why the Ace of Cups is in the bugger off position, in the middle finger position. Because it's like, here it comes again. You're going to go for another round? This is the Wounded Warrior. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Your intuition is telling you you can't take it again. I mean, or at least you suspect. whatever it was, something was shady, right? And so this Ace of Cups, this offer is quite tempting, but where it leads you. Where it takes you. Okay? You do know where it takes you. If you are already on the path to healing, it's saying and affirming that. With the Strength here, it's like you're really taming that desire. Taming that desire to stay, guarded against it. With the Nine of Wands, guarded energy. It's also someone who could be in it to win it, like they're taking their lumps, but they're going to keep on doing it because it precedes the 10, right? Which the 10 is like carrying the bunch of wands up the mountain, right? But the 9 is the Wounded Warrior. So it's like, sure, you get to choose, and we always have a choice, whether you want to keep on doing it. But there's something about it with the Moon here twice that it's like, there's something that is not in your awareness. But I get the sense that intuitively you feel that something's off. What is that? What is that? Let's go ahead and clarify the Moon. Oops. I just keep hearing the word shady. 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 There could be another aspect, maybe there's just like anybody could be coming along and everybody seems shady. That could be another thing too. Take it how it resonates, just kind of reading the energies here and think about the energies, how they're playing out in your life, because the content can be different, but the dynamic and energy is similar. Okay. Why is the moon here? What's going on with this moon? I always get so nosy when I see the moon. I'm like, what's behind there? What's behind this moon? Because when it shows up twice, it's really just reaffirming the primary position and where you found it in your layout. Okay. Four of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah. Dissatisfied with this business and cutting it out and walking away. Yeah. You're like, I'm not too happy with this, whatever this is. Whatever kind of thing you're trying to hand me here. Some harumph energy, right? But not, it's like, I feel like in this context, it's rightfully so. And the Queen of Swords, she does not suffer fools. Like, she is all about the truth and the clarity and the directness and like the just the clarity and the discernment here. So you have discerned, you may not know because we have the moon here. You may not know, but you feel, and there's an intuition here coupled with your logic and coupled with what you feel. You're like, if this feels off, it must be off. If this feels off, it must be off. And walking away from things that seem hidden and shady. Because the Queen of Swords is all about clarity, all about truth. And if we have the Justice here, because we got another sword right there, right? The air sign's totally a part of the, this is Libra, air sign, the whole deal. Truth and justice. And if you feel like things are shady, yeah, you're not taking that offer. You're not satisfied with that offer. Four of Cups, using your logic and your discernment to walk away from some shady stuff, okay? Trust that intuition. That's what the moon is here. That's what the moon is all about. Okay, let's look at this Ten of Swords. My own bias, my own personal feelings as a reader, I'm just like, ooh, whenever there's a kind of a bummer card or a hard card in the outcome position, I'm just never really like to see that, but I don't know, I gotta do my own work around that. I guess I just want people to have positivity, but, well, not rose-colored glasses type Pollyanna stuff by any means, no, but it's just nice to not have a bummer card in the outcome position. But so let's clarify it and see what's going on. I get the sense that it's healing, healing, and also confirmation that you weren't being dealt with very straight, very honestly. You weren't being dealt with in an honest fashion. Especially if you felt like, if you were just like, your intuition was telling you over and over, because we got the moon here twice. And even if you were having dreams about it, dreams about someone not being who they were trying to pretend to be. Ten of Swords, Spirit. Judgment, 7 of Wands, 6 of Cups, yeah. So this experience with the 10 of Swords here, you're headed towards fully experiencing the gravity of this deception that you're coming out of, okay? Which would suggest that you're on the precipice of not just feeling pain, but also you could very well have been feeling pain all this time, but now it's just like, okay, you ripped off the Band-Aid and you're moving forward, and here you are now having to heal, okay? And we have the Judgment here. So this experience is some sort of karmic experience, okay? Judgment is huge. It's to say that what you were before is not who you are now. This experience has profoundly changed you. And I feel like with where you're headed towards healing, okay? You're headed toward healing. And this is also an invitation to think about where in your childhood had you experienced this same kind of dynamic. Being dealt with dishonestly, you know, and how time and again there have been experiences where folks have come along and tried to get you to close your heart. And not directly, like they didn't come straight out, but it was just the outcome of how they showed up with you, you know? Because you have folks show up with you and deal with you in such a way that it can cause folks to shut their heart. But your commitment to yourself is to keep your heart open and to move forward and to have discernment and heal independently, and recognizing when an offer is genuine and when it's just, some more BS. Okay? And now with the Judgment, 10 of Swords, this is like a rebirth here. That's what Judgment is. It's a rebirth. It's a reflection. Reflecting on where you were. How is it that you're being born again after this very painful experience? I mean, this is something that you're going to be taking with you, as far as what it's teaching you and what to look for next time, and and not to say like, if you're a hammer, everything's a nail, right? It really sucks because it's like when you come out of being dealt with dishonestly, then you're like on the defense, which is what the seven of Wands is. So this experience, I feel like, since this is like you want to keep your heart open, that's your pinky promise to yourself, and moving forward with clarity, that you're headed towards a healing journey where you're going to be reflecting on your childhood, like your past experiences, the karmic connections in your life, how you, like what is being born again in you, who you were before, who you are now, based on the changes that this experience, this betrayal had caused you, this painful ending. And it is gonna cause you to be a bit defensive for a bit, but I think with it being in the middle, that is what is the invitation. Okay, whenever we have a card in the middle, I feel like that's the invitation to balance. Okay, because the 7 of Wands is boundaries. So you can draw boundaries without being defensive or overly guarded, like the 9 of Wands, right? So what I'm seeing here, pile number 1, is that you've wrapped up a cycle with something or someone, okay? Some sort of dishonest, shady dealings, some sort of relationship that just did not show up in the clear-cut way that is of value to you, all right? Keeping your heart open, resisting some sort of funky, offers, having that discernment, and it's going to take a while, and it's not going to be perfect every time, right? You're not always going to be able to say, oh yeah, that person's totally genuine, or no, that person's freaking BSing. It's like, it takes time, and people can still pull the wool over your eyes, but be that as it may, you are in this process right now of reevaluating your boundaries and reflecting on past experiences and really coming out of this experience. Really, I see this as a renewal. You're heading towards a renewal here. Stronger than before. This is a rebirth. That's what judgment is. You're hearing the call. Okay? The trumpets are blasting. The trumpets are blasting for you. You're hearing the call. This is deep reflection here. This experience has been a very, very strong catalyst for an awakening, a learning and an awakening. But given that you got this Nine of Pentacles energy, Chariot energy, and Knight of Cups in the world, that's so strong. I mean, I see, and this Queen of Swords, and then the courage of the Eight of Cups. Heck yes. I'm already seeing somebody who knows how to discern bullshit from truth. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. So here, I'm going to close that out. I'm going to leave that reading there, but I want to pull a Spirit of the Animals card for you. Yeah, on to bigger and better things, pile one. On to bigger and better things, and not just that, clarity and truth and straight dealings. Ain't nobody got time for bullshit. Okay, here you go. Pile number one. Good on you for walking away from that. I want to cuss. I'm beginning to feel a little bit like angry at this person who done you this way. But I'm proud of your strength. I'm proud of your resolve, and your ability to trust your intuition here is very strong. Sea Otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. I like that. That's nice. That's good for you. On the bottom we have Polar Bear, Mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Yes, very nice. Okay, pile one, that is what I have for you. Sending you off with all the blessings, and I will see you next time. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye. Hello, pile two. If you chose the money agate, this is your reading. Okay, let's get started. Okay, Spirit, I invite you in with so much grace and gratitude and respectfully request a clear message for pile number two for their greatest and highest good. Please and thank you, Spirit. Judgment, Challenge, Wheel of Fortune, Pinky Promise to yourself, Ace of Pentacles, what you're committed to, Death. What are you telling to bugger off? Nine of Wands. What does Spirit want you to see? Ten of Pentacles. Where are you headed? Two of Cups. Nice. Alright, what do we got? Bottom of the deck energy is the Knight of Wands. Okay. I'll just stick the whole thing right there. Knight of Wands. Underlying energy for the reading here. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Judgment. I think that's Sagittarius energy. It could be a Sagittarius or dealing with somebody with Sagittarius in their chart. Wheel of Fortune is also Sagittarius, connected to Sagittarius because of Jupiter, and connected to Pisces to a degree, but okay. Death, Scorpio, Capricorn energy, more Sagittarius energy, Cancer energy, Ace of Pentacles, all earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Knight of Wands, all fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Okay? So I get the sense that there's something that you're committed to starting anew. Your pinky promise to yourself is planting a new seed, okay? And you are committed to deep transformation right now. Something that you are aware of has to die off for you to move forward, okay? And I'm getting the sense that what has to die off for you is a guarded energy. And not just a guarded energy, but making decisions that you know lead you to be wounded again and again. Okay? That's why the Nine of Wands, the figure, is a wounded warrior. That's why their guard is up. And at the same time, what is also a part of that energy is someone choosing to do the same thing over and over and perhaps expecting different results, but is just, kind of lockstep in this. And I'm getting the sense here, I really am getting the sense that this is an intrapersonal dynamic. Okay? This is an intrapersonal dynamic, and the fact that you're committed to deep transformation and telling your guardedness to F off, and also perhaps your propensity for continuing to, choose things that just keep you hurting, is what you're wanting to transform in yourself. So there could be, I don't see the Five of Swords here, obviously, but there is some, self-sabotage energy with these two next to one another in these positions here. Because Spirit is wanting to point to you, Spirit is pointing out to you your legacy. What kind of legacy do you want to create? What do you want for your life? Do you already have this Ten of Pentacles? Do you have the family and it doesn't have to be nuclear family. It could be family of your choosing, but just being in a spot where you got your life on lock, can also be overwhelming with all of the different practicalities. So, Spirit is also wanting to point out the role and how practical matters are playing out in your life. This is an invitation from Spirit to take a look at all the tangible pieces of your life right now. Home, family, relationships, money, just the things that we engage in on a day-to-day, the very grounded, tangible things. Because given that the thumb here is wanting to hitch a ride to relationship town with the Two of Cups, if you're going to hitch a ride to relationship town, hell yeah, you got to give the you got to transform this guardedness, right? Deep transformation and telling this guarded business, this propensity to bugger off. And you're in the judgment position here. So this is a resurrection. This is a rebirth for you. The wheel is turning. That's also the challenge right now. Even though the Wheel of Fortune is positive, it can also be a challenge. It can be overwhelming because perhaps you're finding yourself in a familiar position again, okay? Perhaps there has been an opportunity coming your way to plant a new seed with somebody, or you're just at least thinking about it, but like a cyclical experience, that there can be some challenge with that. It's like on one day you could be like, yeah, I'm planting a new seed. This is what I want for my legacy. Like, I've really been thinking about this. Like, it feels good. And then it actually, like, an opportunity could come your way. And then you notice this guardedness rising up inside of you. You could even be noticing particular behaviors that actually keep you closed off. And if you're closed off, you're not going to be open to any offers that are coming in by, the Wheel of Fortune is that, like, time is a wheel and it's always turning, and sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. This is also the Wheel of Karma. And sitting over the judgment, this is very powerful because this is a strong invitation for you to look at your karma. And with the 10 of Pentacles here, this is legacy, okay? So Spirit is inviting you to look at your legacy and look at your karma. So this could even be like, if you're into the past life type regression stuff, be that as it may, I don't want to get too off the thing, but it's basically like, do you want to stay? What do you want for your future? And is the guarded energy going to get you there? Is that going to be a supportive energy, or is that going to be a hindering energy? If the Wheel of Time and the Wheel of Karma is sending you what your heart has asked for, are you open to receive it? Right? That's what this is saying. So this is that's why this Wheel of Fortune is in the challenge position too, because it's like the Wheel of Fortune can bring you what it is that you asked for. It's Jupiter. It's luck, and yeah, it's like, here it is. The Wheel of Time is turning, and okay, that's something you wanted. Here it is. Let's show you. And then it's like, here, and then you pay close attention to how you respond, right? Like, what happens inside of you? Do you open up and you're like, okay, yeah, or is it like, eat? And that's all of those responses are perfectly okay. Like, they're perfectly natural. Like, everybody's human. Like, come on, like, people being in the headspace of fully open with their heart is a pretty rare find. But I think the strength of self-reflection is needed here, because we have the Judgment. It's a very strong invitation. A very strong invitation for you to look at those things. what are you wanting to resurrect? Like it's kind of like a rebirth. There's a rebirth energy with the Judgment, and then there's the Ace of Pentacles, planting a new seed, growing a new thing. And earth energy is slower moving. It requires patience and time, but this is like growth energy. And this is something that you would tend to and nurture over time, because look, we have Spirit pointing out like this new seed that you're wanting to plant is very, very well maybe connected to your future and your legacy, right? This is commitment energy. Anytime we see pentacles, it is commitment energy, because it's willing to see something through with time and patience and care and nurturing. And with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like, here we are, plant the new seed. 10 of Pentacles, right? And there's a long way, there's a bit of to go, but what's in between here is the Death and the Knight of Wands. Transformation, transforming this wounded warrior energy, transforming the guarded energy, because you see this person, she has cuts, there's this rose there, but then there's all the thorns. So I feel like the rose is definitely like the want and the desire, but then there's the thorns. So it's like, what are these thorns? Taking a good look at what those thorns are. Okay? Because you definitely have like, and then under there we have the Knight of Cups. You definitely have the desire and the passion and the drive here. I feel like your desire, passion, and drive, and even your heart is all supportive energies, but this is what's got to go. But I think looking at those thorns is going to be, like with the Judgment, is looking at ways in which you what has died inside of you before, right? Like perhaps it was, typically people who've been hurt are quite guarded and can have hard times trusting. And it is a struggle. It is a struggle. Because nobody wants to go through that again, But I feel like there's also a part of you that's like, I deserve to have love in my life. I want happiness. I want all of those things. It's a beautiful thing. It's a very, very healthy want. And also compassionately looking at ways in which you can, maybe be guarded against that, and then really looking at that with so much compassion and empathy for yourself. I mean, like, yeah, I guess that is there because of these old things, because of these past thorns. And how do I feel like these cuts need salve, they need tending. These wounds need tending. Yeah. But the Judgment with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like you're in a spot right now where you're just like changing your karma, just really growing and starting over, not just like with an endeavor, but with yourself. Like I said in the beginning of the read, that this is an internal process happening. I think this is really strong. This is really healthy. Very, very healthy energy. Let's see. see here. What do I want to clarify? Let's clarify this Nine of Wands. Well, first, committing to transformation. Let's go ahead and clarify the Death, because it's like, okay, I'm committing to transformation. Deep, deep soul transformation here. Deep transformation. And I would be remiss to not mention the flowers that are blooming inside of this figure. There's this beauty that wants to come out. There's this beauty and gentleness and love, and here's a butterfly sitting there right on the lily. That is transformation. And there's beauty and love and you know, trust, because white, like flowers, are like white. It represents truth and clarity, right? And trust coming out. Yeah, let's look. High Priestess, Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Yes. Yeah. You have truth. You know, you're exploring your truth here and your intuition. Whenever we see the High Priestess, that is an invitation that says, all right, your guide has arrived to the deep inner soul work here. Okay? And the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you know, that is loving, nurturing, and what I had said just a little bit, like these wounds need to be tended in this death process, nurturing, care, and compassion for the self in this journey of looking at the self, acknowledging one's own truths, right? With so much compassion and love for the self and the personal process. The High Priestess is also connected to Pisces. So you could have a lot of Pisces in your chart or be connecting with the Pisces at this time, or a Scorpio as well, because the Death card is here. And the Ace of Swords is air energy, and the aces can, you know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. So you could have Gemini in your chart also, or Aquarius or Libra. Yeah, I mean, your invitation, your guide is here, right? To plumb the depths of your psyche and your heart with so much love and compassion in assistance to this internal transformation in order to bring down this, you know, to heal and to, it's like you're not doing the same thing over and over, because in the finish it just hurts you. And I feel like, given that the Two of Cups is here, that this is about you bringing your guard down. Let's go ahead and clarify it, though. Nine of Wands. The Fool. No. Sorry. The Magician. Gemini energy. Seven of Pentacles. and the world. Yeah. Tending to your garden, continuing to grow the garden, manifesting this growth, closing out a cycle. So we have it like wrapping up an old cycle. And this is clarifying the dynamic, what it is that you're telling to bugger off. What you're telling to bugger off is this Nine of Wands energy, okay? And you're doing that by transforming yourself in a way to open yourself up, opening up your heart with the Queen of Cups here, being loving and compassionate for yourself, looking at your stuff, trusting your intuition, but also coupling that with the strength of your mind and your intellect and clarity of truth and of what you know, right? And manifesting. You're manifesting this with the Magician here. Gemini energy and Seven of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, this is a work in progress. This is a work in progress. Seven of Pentacles is like there's a commitment to seeing the project through, right? But, you know, along the way, we pull the weeds and we kind of notice where some of the leaves are brown and all the things. And we go back to the drawing board and kind of tweak our plan to see our goal grow and come to fruition, right? But this is not like abandoning, like, oh, my leaves are brown, so I might as well just cut the whole plant down. You know, no, it's continuing to invest. And I feel like this is an investment in yourself. This is an investment in your new way in which you want to move forward, because you're trying to close something out here twice, closing out this internal dynamic. And I feel like your intuition and intellect and heart are completely supporting you in that. Okay? Your insight, personal work. I feel like this pile, you could be engaged in therapy at this time, or even in some sort of thing, you know, in some sort of self-reflection. This is very much like full-on like growth energy. Shedding like old, like not even just like, oh, here's this thing that I recognize that's holding me back in some way. You know, I'm going to get rid of it. It's not like that. It's more like, oh, here's this thing. Okay, this is how it's played out in my life before. This could be how it's playing out right now. This could be, you know, like my impetus to feel this arise, what have you, whatever. It's like being able to just see it and hold it, because it's not about throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's about tending to that dynamic inside, right? With a lot of care and compassion, like I had mentioned before. Yeah, and really just sitting with it and recognizing it's not black and white, where it's like, oh, it's here one day and then I'm going to say something or think something and I'm just going to get rid of it the next day. No, this is a full-on work in progress. And everybody is a work in progress. Every one of us is a work in progress. And this is definitely an internal experience here. And not just internal, because you're seeing how it plays into your relationships, plays into how you show up. And I feel like with this here, you want to connect. You know, you want a legacy, planting a seed, resurrection, rebirth around what it is that you want to create and grow in your life. Okay, let's look at the Two of Cups. Oops. The Empress, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Yes. Yes. Full on nurturing, growth energy, open heart, emotional maturity, like passion and drive and confidence. Or wait a minute, is that the Queen of Wands or is that the Queen of Pentacles? That's the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, duh. I said, yeah, well, same, man. Queen of Pentacles and King of Cups and the Empress. This is full on. You got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. Oh, I thought that was the King of Pentacles, but whatever. Okay, listen. This is about commitment, emotional maturity, growth, expansion, creativity, just like mother energy is here as well. Empress is Taurus energy. And King, and so you have more water energy here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So Taurus is strong right here. And Two of Cups is Cancer. Wow. Yeah. This is so positive. Pile number 2. Your self-work and self-growth and compassion and just like spirit pointing to your future, you looking at your future, you changing things, transforming yourself, really moving towards like this long, like, Ace of Pentacles, growing into the Ten of Pentacles, leading you to the Two of Cups, which is then like Empress and like commitment energy here. Just so beautiful. Yes. This is really, really beautiful. This is really beautiful. You are headed and that's what it takes. That's absolutely what it takes, pile number 2. What it takes is this self-work in order, because who are you going to be bringing to the table? If you have a Two of Cups, you need to be who you are, to be authentic, and that's who you're bringing to the table, right? And you're not going to know who you're bringing to the table unless you're doing this work. A lot of people a lot of people do work, but then there are a lot of folks who don't do work. But this is the soul work. This is the inner soul work, and you're doing it. And you're doing it because you want to, because you know you need to, and you are because you know what you want for your future. And this is freaking beautiful. It couldn't be any more I'm really excited for your future, pile number 2. I think that you are headed in a beautiful direction, and you're already in process. You're completely there, in process, in motion. This is really, really nice. Okay, so I'm going to leave your tarot portion there, and I'm going to pull a Spirit of the Animals card for you, okay? Yeah, this reading didn't have too much to do about money. It really was more about, but it did connect to your legacy, your long term. Okay, what do we got? Sea Otter, happiness. Pile number 1 got this too. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Ooh, I like that for you. Yes, completely. You're hitching a ride to Relationship town. Haha. Oh my gosh! And number 1 got the same on the bottom too. Oh my gosh. I just shuffled those cards. Wild. Okay, listen. No, this is Polar Bear. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Yes. Oh my gosh. Pile number 2. This is so good. Okay. Thank you so much for watching and doing all the YouTube-y things, liking, sharing, subscribing, la-di-da, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the watermelon fluorite, this is your reading. Okay. I invite Spirit in with so much grace and gratitude to respectfully request a message for pile number 3 for their greatest and highest good at this time. Please and thank you, Spirit. Woo! 9 of Cups wanted to pop out. Good times, good times. Okay. My God, I'm feeling so clumsy with this deck right now. Four of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, the Emperor, you're wanting to give the middle finger to your boss, the Empress, and the 8 of Wands. Bottom of the deck energy, 9 of Swords. Ooh. Are you overthinking a bunch of stuff? Feeling a bit anxious? Having a lot of worries. A lot of worries over underlying this this reading, pile number 3. Okay, let's get into it. So you are sitting in the position of wanting to hold down the fort. You're really holding on to something here. Holding on, holding back. Okay. And the challenge is your independence. The 9 of Pentacles. Wonder why that's a challenge. We'll have to clarify that. We'll see as we go along. Your pinky promise to yourself is the 3 of Wands. Continuing to wait for your ships to come in. This is also a commitment and a pinky promise to yourself to step through the gateway, okay? To integrate and transform and to move forward. Integrate, transform, and move forward. And when the opportunity arises, you'll take it. You know what it is that you're looking for. You know what it is that you want. And you're like waiting for it. But committing to wait is a really interesting energy. It's a really interesting energy. because there is a lot of worry here underneath with the Nine of Swords. Okay. And, you know, I see the Three of Wands. Your pinky promise to yourself is a commitment to waiting, and maybe what it is that you're waiting for is something that you're holding on really strongly to with the Four of Pentacles. Not giving it up because you feel like on some level it's all you have. You're committed to the Two of Pentacles, so committed to juggling, keeping everything balanced. But also it's like, you know, here you are juggling these things in an infinity loop. It just keeps going and going and going, and you're standing on one foot, you know, on top of a tall building. It's like so precarious. So that's really interesting. There has been a horsefly in my house for the past frickin' 5 days. I'm like, dude, what are you eating? Because you should have probably passed away by now. What? You gotta go. Sorry, totally sidetracked there. Distracted by this massive fly that's been in my house. Okay, moving on. Sorry, guys. Sorry, pile number 3. So waiting, Two of Pentacles, committed to something here. Your challenge is your independence, but you're juggling, like trying to keep things afloat. It's very precarious energy. And then with the middle finger here, wanting to tell the Emperor to bugger off. And so this is like structure, power structures. Your boss, could be very literally your boss, you know. Because this is also Two of Pentacles is feeling like you're having to keep everything up, keep everything going. And with the Four of Pentacles, you being in that spot is like holding it down, right? Holding it down. You're like, let's look at this. Got everything on lock, but you're locked up behind there. And this gal, it's like you see that she's made of a house and a garden, but what else is behind the fence with her? So it's like she's holding her legacy back, or holding her fortune to herself, but is also alone behind that fence that's locked and padlocked and chained up. And that's right underneath this Emperor, underneath this structure. So bound to some structure. Maybe you're waiting for a break. You're committed to keeping all the balls in the air here and barely doing it. You know, I mean, you're doing it, but it's just like, ugh. There's a lot of anxiety with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like, in a sense of like, so much responsibility and so much pressure. Juggling act. No wonder the Nine of Swords is here. Really wanting to just tell this kind of structure that you find yourself in to bugger off. And what is Spirit pointing you to? Spirit is pointing you to the Empress. Creativity. What is inside of you that you want to create and give forth? Grow and nurture. Something that comes from inside of you. Because this energy right here, this is about you keeping up something for somebody else. This is about you. I feel like this is work. You know, I feel like this is really created a tangible, something tangible, something like you feel like you have to do, you know? And you could very well be in this spot of like, but I feel like I want to, you know, be creative and have this ease and flow to my life. And I feel like with it being in this position, that spirit is pointing it out to you, saying, yeah, you can. You can do that. And with this Eight of Wands of like where you're going, where you're hitching a ride to, this is the traveling card. It's also the message and communication card. But look at it. This person's flying through the air with all the umbrellas, just being like sailing forward, right? Flying through the air. So you could very well be wanting to travel. And maybe the independence is the challenge, because it's like, okay, well, if I if I quit this job, if I, that, because this independence in your, excuse me, your money, right? Your bag is definitely connected to how strongly you hold on to this job or whatever structure you're a part of. And keeping this up, keeping all the plates spinning, that's hard. No wonder there's a Nine of Swords here. Yeah, I get the sense, pile 3, that you're stressed out. I mean, very specific message, but take the energy as it resonates, because it can also apply to, however these energies are playing out in your life. But it's like you feel really committed to this particular thing, which is a structure that is not of your own making. Okay, you are a gear. You're probably the main gear in this operation that keeps it afloat and keeps it going, or at least that's the illusion. And you get something out of it in some very tangible way, so that's why I'm believing that this is like a job. But it's like you're not happy because you don't want to just be this person spinning the plates and waiting for there to be a break in the busyness, or a break in the feeling of self-fulfillment here. Like, when is my ship going to come in? When am I going to get my raise? Or when am I going to get my vacation? Or when is all this energy and stress and like effort going to pay off, And I can also feel the sense of non-growth energy, because what do we got? We got a 3, then a 2, and then a 4. It's really, lower numbers on the path here. But then what you have the 2 9s is worry around your independence. Independence is also the challenge. The 8, you're wanting to move. And that's the number of the self. I mean, it's all a part of the self, all these numbers, but it's like really, really stepping into the final, the third stage of the suit. And the Empress in the Spirit's pointing you toward your own creativity, your own sense of flow, your own, what do you want to grow? What do you want to nurture? What there is something inside of you that wants to spring forth in a very creative way. I get the sense that it's like you're working at a job, but man, you got this passion and this drive and this want to start up some sort of side hustle or something. Maybe start your own business, and it's a creative endeavor. And but you're like, well, I can't do that because I'm spending all my time, working to keep the lights on and just to keep the money coming in, and I'm working so hard trying to keep all the plates in the air, or keep all the plates spinning, that by the time it's time to set aside some time to do your passion project, that you could be kind of tired. It just feels stressful. It feels stressful. It's got some tense energy. But you want to move. You want to travel. Actually, and that's where you're headed. Spirit is pointing you towards your passion project, and you're going to hitch a ride on the adios train here with the traveling and the movement, the eights. Okay. Eight of Swords doesn't necessarily move. Eight of Swords is kind of stuck in one's own head, one's prison of one's own making. But okay, what do we want to clarify here? What do we want to clarify here? Let's look at the Three of Wands. Your pinky promise to yourself, though. Pinky promises to wait. So there is a commitment to this, but it's hard. There's a commitment to this, but it is hard. But I feel the tension. I feel the tension between doing this out of a sense of obligation, and then is it really in alignment with what it is that you want to grow with this Empress energy? But we have the Empress and the Emperor right next to one another. But the Emperor is in the letting go position. Maybe that's what it is. You got to let go of your own controlling ways, or kind of overly structured, overly rigid. That could be a part of it. Softening up. Spirit could be pointing you towards how you need to soften up a little bit when it comes to these matters. Loosening up. Because, you know, the Four of Pentacles is also a very tight energy. Very, very, very tense. And there's some fear. There's fear there. Around letting go, loosening one's grip on things. Can feel as though then what's going to happen then? You'll lose your independence, or you'll lose your bag. And whatever. Let's see. What's this Three of Wands? What are you waiting on? Why are you committed to waiting? What's this Three of Wands? Three of Wands. Maybe it's like the timing isn't right. Because I was thinking you'll know it when you see it and you feel it, but the timing isn't right. You're holding out. You're holding back. And because when the time's right, you will seize the opportunity. So you're committed to hanging in here until that time comes. Promising yourself that you will step through the gateway when the opportunity arises. But for now, you are committed to spinning the plates. Ooh. Page of Wands. What is this card again? Temperance. Temperance. And Knight. No. Is that Page of Pentacles? Yeah, Page. You got two Page energies and Temperance in the middle. And Page is beginner energy. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, but Temperance in the middle. How do you balance out your desire and your practical ability to plant a seed? You're saying you're having to be patient. You want to begin, but you're needing to be patient. So your pinky promise to yourself is to be patient. That's as much information as the cards are giving me. with your stuff. But once you do see the opportunity, then you will move forward and plant the seed and pursue your desires. But this page, I'm telling you, look at this guy. He's like, he has the passion there. He's got the wand, but he's like biting his nail. He's kind of like, his hip is sticking out forward. It's like he wants to move forward, but his body language. Look at this body language. Oh, shouldn't I? Very very apprehensive energy. Very apprehensive energy. Interesting. And when I see that energy, I get the sense that there could be like a distrust of one's own desires, a distrust of one's own passion, trusting oneself. Trusting oneself. I get the sense that there's something that, like, the thing that you're waiting for is permission from something else, someone else. It's like, yeah, you'll know the opportunity, you'll seize the opportunity when you see it. However, how do you know when it arrives? And like, can you really trust that when the opportunity has shown up that that's the right one, that's the right opportunity? And I think that that's where this Nine of Swords energy is coming into, that you're worried about this, kind of overthinking. I feel like this reading is an invitation for you to trust yourself. Let's go ahead and look at the Empress, because let's see what Spirit is pointing you towards here. Hierophant, Six of Cups, Ten of Cups. The Empress is pointing you towards reflection, values, mentorship, happiness. What is it? This is also an invitation for you to maybe consult with a trusted advisor, either a therapist, a mentor, a pastor, like some sort of somebody that you trust, okay? That you look up to, that like it's like you're Mr. Miyagi, basically. Like, who's your Mr. Miyagi? And if some of you don't get that reference, then you're probably very, very young. But Mr. Miyagi is the mentor to the Karate Kid, and the Karate Kid is like such a great movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely make it a point to. It's fantastic. Anyways, okay, and this is also having to do with like, soul bonds and soulmate energy, and like really reflecting. I feel like the answer is there for you. It's inside of you. I feel like, yeah, like I feel like for you to consult with a mentor, it would be very helpful for sure. And you would probably come to find that the mentor is just going to reflect back to you what you already know inside of yourself as what you need to do, or where you need to put your energy. Because with it right next to the Six of Cups is like, that's like nostalgia, reflecting on the past, siblings, soulmates, things like that. So this can also be like what you're wanting to do, what passion project or kind of energy you're wanting to get in touch with, or that Spirit is inviting you to get in touch with, of what it is that you want to create and grow and move towards. it's like you know it. Your intuition already has told you. I mean, and just at face value here, what we do have with the Hierophant Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups is commitment. Commitment to family. Commitment to your happiness and like a soulmate. Somebody that you have, long, like soul bonds. Commit yourself to your happiness. And is this making you happy? What it is that you're doing right now. Let's look at the Emperor. There's a struggle here. I feel like it's a struggle between doing what you think you should do and doing what you want to do. And there's a lot of child energy here because the Empress is the mother and the Six of Cups is children. Maybe you want to like quit your job and like be a stay-at-home parent. But you feel like you can't because you make a lot of money and your money, like you're not allowed to do that. Like this Emperor energy, the dad is like, no, you can't do that. Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups, Two of Cups. Yeah, there's sadness and regret here, but that's being like balanced. There's some sort of karmic lesson here with the Wheel of Fortune, and that you're reflecting on your Two of Cups. Yeah, this very well could be you in a marriage, right? And what it is that you bring to the household and the money with the Four of Pentacles. Like wanting to be independent of that. Wanting to be independent to not be locked down. And the locked down energy is right underneath this Emperor. And clarifying the Emperor is the Five of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and Two of Cups. So it's like, I feel like this could even be pressure from your significant other being like, no, you can't quit your job. You can't quit your job and just be a stay-at-home parent. You know? And you can't quit your job and try to, move towards whatever it is that you want to create, and so you can have happiness and fulfillment. Life isn't about happiness and fulfillment. Life's about money and working and and feeling bound and chained into this commitment because you have to. Like, what? Okay, yeah, sure. We all have to have money, but if you're not happy in your job and like this feeling here, look what's underneath the Nine of Swords, the Four of Cups. That is like, no, bummed out energy. What's under that? King of Swords. The person who's kind of like can have a coldness to them, logic, we got to do what logic says. And then there's Queen of Cups. What does your heart want? There's the heart, and there's the mind, about the legacy, about the Ten of Pentacles, the family. Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. This is about family. This is about legacy, home, children. You got some worries here. Worries here about that. I feel like you're working your butt off and you're not happy. You want to be done with this job, or you feel like you're having to juggle all these things, and you want to tap into what's going to make you happy in this mother role. And you make no mistake, it doesn't, you don't have to be a mom per se, but what is it that you want to create and nurture? This is, like I said before, you're operating under somebody else's structure. Okay? It's like, and what Spirit is pointing out to you is that you can have your happiness here in your soul bond, and even in your spirituality, your spiritual sense of self, that Spirit is talking right to you, saying, yes, your Ten of Cups, your happiness and wish fulfillment and all the things lie in, like, what your sibling is telling you. Haha. No, but what it is that your soul feeds your soul connections, your creativity. Okay? This is a very constrictive energy. We have sadness and disappointment and grief in between the Two of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, clarifying the Emperor. Somebody who's in control, somebody who's the boss. And with the Two of Cups there, it makes me feel like this is a marriage. This could be a marriage. And your independent self of having freedom of choice and freedom of thought and freedom of making your own decisions to do what it is in your life that you want to do to be happy, that you're challenged by that. You can't have that because you're locked up. It's like you're a prisoner of somebody else's structure and you don't have any choice in the matter, even though it's making you miserable. That sucks. That sucks. That's not fair. That's not fair. And that you're just kind of waiting over here, committed to waiting with your temperance. Maybe, I'll be able to start my thing once Daddy gives me permission. Fuck that. Fuck that, man. Fuck that. All right. Where are you going here? Eight of Wands. Knight of Wands, the Tower, the Ten of Wands. Yep. Bringing down the tower. But first you need to have a little bit of rest. So rest up for this tower moment that you get to bring on if you so choose. Look, you moving forward, okay, Spirit is pointing you to this. So you're going to hitch a ride now to go. Travel, make your decision, communicate this. This is communication. Communicating this struggle, this sense of being a prisoner, okay? The sense of not being able to, being challenged by your own independence, not being able to embrace that and make your own decisions. You need to commit to yourself and also listen to what your spirit is trying to tell you. And what is going to lead you towards your happiness is being able to communicate your own wants and desires. Okay? Your wants and desires. And the Knight of Wands is there's a sense of passion inside of you, a sense of drive that you want to bring forward. And you know that bringing this forward is going to bring down the Tower. And what this is a disruption of homeostasis. Yes, if you communicate this in a very strong manner, the way in which this is double passion, this is fire of fire. Knight of Wands is fire of fire. So you bringing your fire to this communication here is going to disrupt this homeostasis of you being locked away, being challenged by your own sense of self and being able to make decisions on your own, sitting here saying, I ain't waiting anymore and I ain't going to be spinning these plates anymore because this is not happy for me. I am not happy in this bullshit situation, okay? And so when you say that with so much passion and drive and fire, you're going to be bringing down this homeostasis, okay? And this is make no mistake, this Tower is a prison, okay? And then so here, you get, this is a Ten of Wands. Yeah, this isn't going to feel comfortable, right? But it's like, are you going to continue to carry this burden? Because I feel like with the Ten of Wands also clarifying this, it's like you could feel like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you don't say anything, well, at least you're the only one suffering, okay? But if you do say something, then, oh no, it's gonna, like somebody else, it's gonna really make daddy mad, and that's really not allowed, and then it's just gonna be harder for me because and I'm not trying to make light of the situation. Controlling relationships suck, okay? But you get to decide whether or not you're going to participate in this dynamic in this way. And if you speak up about it and communicate, okay, Eight of Wands, then you get to see what happens. How does the other person respond? Are they going to really have a problem? And if they have a problem with you saying, hey, I'm really upset and sad and bummed and I'm not enjoying my life in this current structure. I really want to do something else to move towards my creativity, to move towards my happiness, because if I'm happy and things are good, then everything else will be better than this, right? Because I just get this full-on sense of imprisonment here, okay? And that's not cool. And if your partner is not going to say, okay, well, I'm here to support you and let's get you to a place where you're feeling like this instead of feeling like this, then I'm not too sure about that partner, okay? But you've been thinking about this a whole heck of a long time. You've been really resting on this with this Four of Swords energy too. Trying to heal this sense of yourself to where you can communicate this, where you can take, your courage out of your back pocket, right? And instead of being in this energy, humming and hawing about what you want to do, whether or not you could trust yourself to do what it is for you, by the time we get to where you're going, you're stepping into this energy. This person does not have any apprehension about what they're doing, okay? This person does. They're sitting there biting their fingernail. No. Stepping up. Stepping into it. Yeah. Okay. That's what I have for you for the tarot portion, pile number 3. Yeah. Speak your truth. Speak your truth on the matter. Okay? Let's pull you a Spirit of the Animal card. Unicorn, infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. You are the sovereign. Yes. Yes. Infinite possibilities. When you're able to trust yourself and move forward and recognize and honor your sovereignty. Your sovereignty should never be a challenge. You are meant to be and embrace this power. This is what's crossing this. This is freedom. This is not. Okay? Giraffe, visionary. Rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Yes. Self-worth all over this reading. Step into it. That's the spirit. That's the invitation from Spirit for you. Pile number 3. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and all the YouTubey things. Thank you for all of that, and I will see you next time. Bye.